Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports. Here myself Charlie, and before the video starts, please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. Sunday is the Super Bowl. It is America's greatest show, and it is a game that is, I think, probably to some Brits quite hard to get their head round. It's sort of a Champions League final but with a concert in the middle of it and everything else that comes with the extravaganza that is the Super Bowl. But for me, it's a huge game. I think it's just a beautiful summary of everything that I like about the NFL: the showmanship, the extra, I guess, the extra stuff. It's wonderful. It's a game that, like I say, whether you like it or not, it is unique, certainly to America and to American sport. The game itself is being played between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. This is the Patriots' first time back in the Super Bowl since the heady days of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and Gronk and you name it, and whoever else they had in that litany of superstars in that era of Patriots greats. It's also the Seahawks' first time back since that infamous game when Russell Wilson threw the ball and he shouldn't have to Marshawn Lynch. He should have gave it to Marshawn Lynch, who'd have probably ran through it. History would have told a different story. Seahawks would have been back-to-back Super Bowl winners. But nostalgia is out of the door firmly. These are two franchises I feel like are well and truly on the up. They are probably not the ones that at the start of the season you'd have put in the Super Bowl picture. But thanks to some brilliant coaching, some fantastic performances on the field, they both equally deserve to be there. As for the game, perhaps harshly, I feel it could be quite one-sided, and that's not intended as a slight on the Patriots. I think they well and truly deserve to be there. They did have a favourable schedule this season, but you can only beat what's put in front of you. Drake May has been absolutely outstanding. He is, of course, the youngest or the second youngest quarterback to appear in the Super Bowl, the youngest since the great Dan Marino. He's been phenomenal. Mike Vrabel, who is attempting to win the Super Bowl as both a player and a coach, the former linebacker, he's been brilliant in galvanising a franchise that was well and truly down and out. I think sort of thought that after the years, the golden age, they were going to have some years in the doldrums. And he has, like I say, galvanised this team and really made a change. But I do think that Sunday night will be a step too far for now. There are rumours circulating that May is carrying an injury. Vrabel's been very not sort of revealing too much in interviews around it. It's sort of been, well, he's picked up stuff and this has happened and maybe this has happened. It's not been the most clear as day what's going on in terms of Drake May's fitness, his shoulder potentially having problems. There was obviously issues in the Broncos game as well. I think for all the faults, or not faults, but for all the potential negatives towards the Patriots, it's worth mentioning how good the Seahawks have been this year, and Sam Darnold's story is, I think, a thing of beauty. This is a guy who was kicked to the curb by the Jets and Carolina, went to the 49ers as backup, then was brought in at the Vikings, again kicked to the curb by the Vikings with JJ McCarthy, came to the Seahawks, and he's made this franchise a Super Bowl contender. Him alone, certainly not. They've got plenty of options. Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker at running back are two. The run game is phenomenal for them. Obviously, Jackson Smith and Jigba as well. That connection they've got. He's got the most receiving yards this year. There is also the British element to it. Adam Durdle, who is the defensive coordinator, aiming to become the first overseas coach to win a Super Bowl. And let's face it, the Seahawks defence, he's not there by fluke or by just a chance. He's there because the Seahawks defence has been phenomenal, conceding on average the least points. I just think this year the NFC is massively stronger than the AFC, and that is why I'm going with the Seahawks based on performances that they've had in beating the Rams in the playoffs, in what they did to the 49ers in the playoffs, in what they did in the regular season, coming through that NFC West division, which is not an easy division by any means, and coming through that 14-2, that's phenomenal for me. And I just think I feel like they are the ones who are, I don't say ready to win a Super Bowl, that's the wrong term, but I feel like they're the most Super Bowl winning looking side out of the two. And that might sound harsh, but I just feel like the Patriots, they've sort of they've not stuttered, but they've got here. But I feel like this might be one too many for them for now, and I feel like the Seahawks will exercise those demons of 2015, of those years ago against the Patriots, when, of course, that infamous interception. I feel like the Seahawks will win. We've got Bad Bunny at halftime, the first ever Latino-speaking halftime show. I'm a fan, so I'm not going to lie, that's something to look forward to. And yeah, I might be completely wrong, but I just feel like this could be not an easy Seahawks victory. Super Bowls don't come easy, but I think the Seahawks, I think they will win and potentially win quite comfortably. But with the Patriots being the most successful team in the history of the Super Bowl, write them off at your peril. As always, guys, let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And anything you guys do is greatly appreciated. Can't believe the season's nearly done. That's pretty gutting. Just gonna wait till the draft now to do it all over again, to start plotting. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. As always, guys, let us know what you think. And I've been Charlie from Full House Sports. Have a great day.